You know what? I'm going to do some Pinnacles because I love them. That is, Biggio, Rookie of the Year that year, 92 Pinnacle. And Ruben Sierra, who, two of those here, who played for a long time, was really good. But I think he ended up being more of a role player, kind of known for his high bat speed. And anything else I can think of? Well, I struggle to get this pack open. It's my favorite way to kind of start with the top, come down to the bottom. Ben Rivera of the Braves. Scott Hatterberg, rookie. First round draft pick card of the Red Sox. He had a good time with the Red Sox and then became a star of Moneyball. Mattingly and Rod Carew. It's cool. Both of them should be Hall of Famers. Carew's already in. Mattingly should be in. Chris Gardner. I think, I get one of these every pack, but that's pretty cool. Ricky Henderson blueprint. I think they're going to end up doing sort of like a big class of 90s, 2000s players because there are a lot of missed guys. They kind of did that with the Negro Leagues in the early 2000s where there was a big class. There was one guy voted in and then like 8 or 9 Negro Leagues players that went in. And we're so underrepresented for the last 3 decades. Gerald Young, and even the 80s, maybe 4 decades. Mike Bordick, a nice shortstop. Dropping a bunt. Craig Lefferts. Thought there was something funny about his name. I love the ball on the margin there. Kenny Rogers, the gambler. It's funny, he played forever, and then he kind of like Jamie Moyer. He like morphed into Jamie Moyer. Joe Girardi for future manager. Glenn Braggs. Rafael Belliard. What a fun card. In motion, flying, known for his fielding. I don't think he was actually especially good fielding in the in his metrics. Look at that. 633, 1 home run. I think he hit a home run in 1992 also, which is pretty funny. But good for him sticking around. He used, sleight of hand good enough that stuck around in the majors for a long time without being able to hit. Eric Anthony, Astros. Mariano Duncan. Future, I think he was on the Yankees. Charles Nagy. UConn guy. Love it. He's a great pitcher, and then his ERAs really blew up when everybody's ERAs blew up. He could have been known for a long career, but man, pitchers got knocked around in the late 90s, early 2000s. And Dave Martinez. Oh, look at that. I don't know what's fascinating about this. The bright red jersey or choking up on the bat. But I like it. All right, let's get another pack in here. There we go. Oh. Pat Hentgen, rookie prospect. Nice pitcher. Not a reliever. He's a starter. Good pitcher. Especially with the Blue Jays. I think he was almost entirely with the Blue Jays. John Burkett kind of pitched all over. Love that expression. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Who's that? That is... John Wetland. Turns out he was a piece of shit. Oh, is this... Yep. Maddox Circle Change. Love it. I think I've gotten a couple of these. Ooh, here we go. Tommy and Ryan Sandberg. Isles, 2 Hall of Famers. That's a good deal. 2 for the price of 1. Tommy, amazing player. Ryan Sandberg, RIP, looking back at his stats. Awesome second baseman. I think here, Tommy was a third baseman. Of course, ended up being a first base DH, but then there we go. Jeff Kent rookie card on the Blue Jays. It's so funny. He bounced around Blue Jays, Mets, Indians, Astros before. Was it Astros before Giants or Astros after Giants? He just really bounced around, was not respected forever. I don't think he ever actually played for the Blue Jays. He may have gone straight to the Mets. That's cool. And Kevin McReynolds at one point was on the Mets. Yep, 91 even. But yeah, Jeff Kent coming in the Hall of Fame. Good for him. There again, that ballot, 8 players, all set. At least 7 of them should be in the Hall of Fame from the Eras Committee. John Habian. I have Mackie Sasser. All right, one of my favorite names, Mackie Sasser. Thrown off the mask there. And then look at the Photoshop job. Not even Photoshop at the time. They're just hand cutting that out, I bet. At the time. But yeah, Eras Committee, they limit them basically to the most possible would be 4 that could be voted in if they like strategized, if they colluded, and that's just they just say, oh no. Lee Stevens, a solid first baseman, bit of power for a while. Love that look of the hand. Open hand there. Tom Bernansky. It's a Red Sox fan. You knew that name. I don't know if I ever saw him play, but I knew the name from the cards. Yeah, Eras Committee, they shouldn't limit things. If they know they're a Hall of Famer, they should be allowed to vote for him. Frankly, writers, same deal. They shouldn't limit them. There should be no limit. And if you get to 70%, should even be 65%. I don't care. Big Hall. Uh-oh. There's that Luis Rivera, shortstop. Ooh, that's cool. Really winding up for the throw. All right, Craig Grayback. Oh, he's got a kick of the name. That's a nice facial expression. Some long hair. Scott Aldred. There's always a guy with that name. Scott Aldred, Brad Aldred. There's always that name since the 90s. Giants have a big slugger coming up. Same name. Just had a pitcher not that long ago. Hensley Mullins. And there's never a Hensley Mullins. There's no such thing as Hensley Mullins. There's never been a Hensley Mullins in the major leagues. That's just like, there's an intellectual property with trivia books. They always have to put one fake trivia thing in so that they have intellectual property over the book. And if somebody steals all their trivia and they find the fake thing in there, they know that they've been ripped off and they can claim intellectual property over it. I think that's Hensley Mullins. Jim Abbott. Awesome. Ben Rivera again. I like that. I like the hat. Look how cheap the hat is, but it just looks so good. That's just... It's weird that they're called the Braves. I've been looking at some Boston Bees hats lately. Growing up in the Northeast, I had when I'd go to church, one of the ushers would tell me about how he would sneak into Boston Braves games. I thought a Boston Bees hat would be fun. And then I'm 40, almost 43. It's the first time in my life I realized, wait, they had a baseball team called the Boston Bees, and the Bruins are called the Bees. That's pretty silly. Not as silly as Atlanta. They had a Negro League team called the Atlanta Black Crackers, and a minor league team called the Atlanta Crackers of white players. So super weird baseball history there. Scott Hatteberg, draft pick again. Mattingly and Rod Carew, pretty cool. Chris Gardner, I think we may have seen that. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty fun. Pat Borders, he retired, went on to play in the Olympics as the one old guy in the team. Pretty cool on Team USA. I think 92, 96. Teddy Higuera. I like Teddy Higuera. That's wild. What is that pitch? What are you doing with your hands, man? That's like an octopus. Mark Carrion. I love pitching, but I pitched a third of an inning in Little League. Tom Candiotti, knuckleballer. I would have loved to have been a pitcher, but I didn't want to be a pitcher. Pretty glad I didn't screw up my elbow. John Wetland, turns out he was a piece of shit. Todd Worrell. No opinion on his piece of shitness, but I'm assuming not. Bob Welch, always loved the name, and pretty solid. Bit of an ace for the A's, except for that year, I guess. 458. I think he had to have been good at some point. A name like Welch, it's got to be good. That's Smuckers, not Welch's. Todd Froworth. Oh, look at that. Submarine. Bill Pecota, the titular Bill Pecota. Oh, I love the blue Mets uniforms. Hate the black ones they ended up wearing. Love the blue ones. And I love the, Gary Carter. And I love the pinstripes. Anytime, Expos pinstripes, Mets pinstripes, love them. Expos, and that's what's fun about the Expos, is that they have like a fun overlap with the Mets and the Pirates. It's just like they're rivals, but it's fun. It'd be so lovely to see the Expos back someday. And Bob Milwaukee. All right, bye-bye.